When you think of Pluto, what comes to mind? For many, it's still that tiny, distant, icy body at the edge of our solar system. A faraway world that once held the title of the ninth planet. But NASA has recently issued a warning: Pluto is not what you think. This statement has shaken up conventional beliefs and introduced a new layer of mystery about one of the most intriguing objects in our solar system. The question we're left with is, what have we gotten wrong about Pluto? And why does NASA want to set the record straight? In this video, we'll explore what's been misunderstood about Pluto, the exciting new discoveries made by NASA and other space agencies, and why this changes everything we thought we knew about the little world at the far reaches of our solar system. To understand NASA's warning, it's important to first examine the history of Pluto and how it became a subject of fascination and debate in the astronomical world. Pluto was discovered in 1930 by American astronomer Clyde Tombaugh at the Lowell Observatory. The discovery was a big deal, as it added a new body to our understanding of the solar system. For much of the 20th century, Pluto was considered the ninth planet, and it held this title with pride. Children grew up learning about 9 planets in our solar system, with Pluto comfortably sitting at the edge, almost like a sentinel in the dark expanse beyond Neptune. However, the status of Pluto began to change in 2006 when the International Astronomical Union, IU, redefined the criteria for what constitutes a planet. The decision to reclassify Pluto as a dwarf planet was a controversial one, and it sparked debates within both the scientific community and the public. Pluto no longer met all the requirements to be called a planet, specifically because it hadn't cleared its orbit of other objects. The decision upset many people, and the debate about whether Pluto should still be considered a planet rages on to this day, despite its official reclassification. While the scientific community debated Pluto's status, public perception continued to view it as a planet. This emotional attachment to Pluto as the ninth planet has been deeply ingrained in popular culture. For many, Pluto represents the end of the solar system, the little world that is easy to forget about yet impossible to ignore. So why the warning from NASA? What has changed in recent years to prompt a reassessment of Pluto's place in the solar system? NASA's warning, which has generated a lot of buzz, is based on exciting new research that contradicts some of the widely held beliefs about Pluto. This isn't just about Pluto's planetary status, which, as we know, is now settled. It's about the surprising features of Pluto that continue to fascinate scientists. For decades, scientists thought of Pluto as a cold, frozen ball of rock and ice, something that had remained virtually unchanged since the early days of the solar system. But the New Horizons mission, which flew by Pluto in July 2015, sent back groundbreaking images and data that completely transformed our understanding of this tiny world. NASA's New Horizons mission provided the first detailed images of Pluto's surface, revealing a world far more complex than anyone had imagined. This was a wake-up call, prompting NASA and other space agencies to issue the warning. Pluto is not what you think. The data collected during the flyby revealed that Pluto's surface is far more dynamic than previously believed, with features like icy mountains, vast plains of nitrogen ice, and even possible underground oceans. These findings have left scientists questioning everything they thought they knew about Pluto, and they're urging the public to reconsider their assumptions as well. One of the most astonishing things New Horizons revealed was the surface of Pluto itself. Before the mission, Pluto was thought to be a simple, frozen world with little geological activity. However, New Horizons showed a much more active planet with icy mountains as high as 11,000 feet (e3, 500 meters) tall. These mountains are likely composed of water ice, which is less dense than rock and allows them to rise and remain standing. This discovery is significant because it suggests that Pluto has a dynamic, evolving surface, something that was previously thought to be impossible on such a small, distant object. In addition to the mountains, New Horizons captured images of vast plains of nitrogen ice, particularly in a region known as Sputnik Planitia, which forms the left side of Pluto's heart. The plains are not only beautiful but also important because they appear to be shaped by processes that are still active today, such as convection and ice flow. This hints at the possibility of internal heat sources that are driving the activity on Pluto's surface. Perhaps the most surprising feature of Pluto is its atmosphere. Despite being so far from the Sun, Pluto has a thin atmosphere composed mainly of nitrogen, with traces of methane and carbon monoxide. Scientists initially thought Pluto's atmosphere would be static and frozen, but new data reveals that it is undergoing seasonal changes. This means that Pluto's weather system is much more dynamic than previously thought. The atmosphere also has a faint, hazy layer of nitrogen ice particles, which give it a foggy, blue appearance in certain wavelengths of light. These findings have led scientists to reconsider Pluto's potential for seasonal weather patterns and its overall atmospheric behavior. Another fascinating aspect of Pluto is its relationship with its largest moon, Charon. For years, scientists thought of Pluto and Charon as a typical planet-moon system, but new observations suggest that they form a unique dual-planet system. Both Pluto and Charon orbit a common center of mass that lies outside Pluto itself, meaning they are essentially dancing around each other. This creates an unusual situation where both bodies are locked in a gravitational embrace, and they both have their own distinct geological features. Charon, for example, has a surface covered in large, deep valleys, evidence of a past geological history that may have been influenced by the interaction between the two bodies. Pluto's role in the solar system is also undergoing a transformation. Long considered the last frontier of the solar system, Pluto is now recognized as part of a larger, more complex region known as the Kuiper Belt. The Kuiper Belt is a vast area beyond Neptune that is populated by icy bodies, dwarf planets, and other celestial objects. Pluto is just one member of this distant family of objects, and studying it provides crucial insights into the early solar system. The Kuiper Belt is home to many objects similar to Pluto, and by studying Pluto in detail, scientists can learn more about the conditions that existed in the outer reaches of the solar system during its formation. Pluto itself is a fossil from this early time, and its relatively unchanged surface offers a unique glimpse into the past. By studying Pluto's geology and atmosphere, scientists hope to uncover more about the processes that shaped the solar system billions of years ago. Pluto is also important because it serves as a representative of a whole class of objects that are thought to be remnants of the solar system's formation. Objects in the Kuiper Belt are made of ice and rock, and many scientists believe they are the building blocks of planets and moons. Understanding Pluto and other Kuiper Belt objects will help researchers learn about the processes that led to the formation of the larger planets and moons in our solar system. For years, many misconceptions about Pluto persisted, and NASA's recent discoveries are helping to clear up some of these myths. First, let's talk about Pluto's size. While Pluto is certainly smaller than Earth, it's often portrayed as an insignificant, tiny object on the outskirts of our solar system. However, New Horizons has shown that Pluto is far more complex than that. With its icy mountains, nitrogen plains, and active geology, Pluto is far from being a simple, static rock. In fact, some scientists argue that Pluto might even have a subsurface ocean, which would make it more geologically active than some of the planets in our solar system. Another misconception is Pluto's orbit. It's often thought that Pluto follows a neat, circular orbit around the Sun. In reality, Pluto's orbit is highly elliptical, meaning it stretches out into the outer reaches of the solar system and then swings back toward the inner solar system. This eccentric orbit leads to some interesting behaviors, such as the fact that for a short period of time during its orbit, Pluto actually comes closer to the Sun than Neptune does. The two bodies, however, never collide as their orbits are in resonance with one another, meaning they are carefully synchronized. Finally, many people still believe that Pluto's atmosphere is non-existent or frozen in place. As we've learned from New Horizons, however, Pluto has a thin but active atmosphere that undergoes seasonal changes. This discovery has forced scientists to reconsider Pluto's place in the larger context of planetary atmospheres and weather systems. NASA's warning about Pluto isn't just about correcting misconceptions. It's about emphasizing the importance of staying open to new discoveries and revising old ideas based on fresh data. The space exploration community has long understood that science is an evolving field, and the more we explore, the more we uncover. Pluto's surprising features serve as a reminder that there's still so much to learn about the solar system, and what we thought we knew just might be incomplete. Pluto is also a reminder that the solar system is not static, it's a dynamic and evolving place. With each new mission, we gain more insight into the forces that shaped the solar system billions of years ago. Understanding Pluto and the Kuiper Belt helps us understand the formation of planets and the potential for life in other parts of the universe. Looking ahead, the future of Pluto exploration is bright. While as New Horizons provided a wealth of information, there's still so much more to learn. Scientists are already planning future missions to the outer solar system, including the possibility of sending another probe to study Pluto's distant neighbors in the Kuiper Belt. Technological advancements in space exploration, such as more powerful telescopes and advanced spacecraft, will allow scientists to probe even deeper into Pluto's mysteries. Continued exploration of Pluto and the Kuiper Belt will help us answer fundamental questions about the formation of our solar system and the potential for life elsewhere. By studying objects like Pluto, we're essentially looking back in time to the very beginning of the solar system. These distant worlds are time capsules, preserving clues about the forces that shaped everything we see today. So, what does NASA's warning really mean? Pluto is far more complex and intriguing than we ever imagined. It's not just a tiny, frozen rock at the edge of our solar system, it's a dynamic, evolving world with its own unique features and mysteries. As we continue to explore Pluto and the Kuiper Belt, we'll gain new insights into the history of our solar system and the forces that shaped it. The future of Pluto exploration is bright, and there's still much more to uncover. The next time you think of Pluto, remember it's not what you think,